Hey guys, today I'm going to be explaining assonance and consonance, which are two very similar terms relating to repetition. First, let's start off with the definitions. Assonance is the repetition of a vowel sound, and consonance is the repetition of a consonant sound. These devices are most commonly used in poetry, but can also be used in any type of literature. Important things to remember about assonance is the repeated vowel sounds can be at any part of the words, and the words do not have to rhyme, even though they can. The vowel sound also does not have to consist of the same letters. For example, we have the sentence, water falls across the autumn rocks. The A, AU, and O all make the same sound and therefore demonstrate assonance. Similarly, the same rules apply to consonants. It is important to remember that consonance is not the same thing as alliteration. Alliteration is a special type of consonance where the consonant sound is repeated at the beginning of closely connected words. The repeated sound in consonance does not have to be at the same part of the word every time. For example, the sentence Reddy Rory's brother growled from the river raft has the R sound being repeated in different parts of the word. It doesn't always have to be at the beginning or even at the end of the word. They also do not have to consist of the same letters. The S in silent sounds the same as C in uncertain, so that's one example. But now let's move on to examples in literature. For assonance, we have a poem called Do Not Go Into the Gentle Goodnight by Dylan Thomas. It makes the argument that people should live their life to the fullest before they die and never stop living life or giving up. The first stanza reads, Do not go into that gentle good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the lights. The repetition of the A sound helps stress the word rage in the last line, adding more emotion and passion, and this can make the reader feel more inspired and feel more empowered to go out and do something instead of wasting their life away. For consonants, we have the poem The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. This stanza reads, But the raven, still beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door, then upon the velvet sinking I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking nevermore. This poem is about a man slowly going insane while grieving the death of a woman named Lenore. The most obvious example of consonance here is the ing at the ending of most verbs. This adds a lot of rhythm to the poem and creates a faster pace that can contribute to the reader feeling the same anxiety and madness as the main character. The repetition of the g sound in what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore emphasizes how the main character feels about the crow by stressing very negative words like grim and ghastly. Emphasizing these words can help the reader sympathize with the anguish of the main character, hearing the crow say nevermore, which reminds him of how he'll never see Lenore again. And how assonance can contribute to the larger theme of a text. Now all we have to do is remember assonance and consonance. So the way I like to remember it is assonance starts with a vowel sound and therefore is the repetition of a vowel sound. And consonance starts with a consonant, so that means it's repetition of consonants. But that's kind of boring. So at the bottom here I have for assonance, assonance is an actual pain in the ass to remember. And I like this sentence because it uses assonance with the A sound. And then for consonants, I have when an author uses consonants, they repeat consonants constantly. So you have the consonants in that sentence that has the word consonants in it. And I think these sentences are a very helpful tool to remember these two literary terms. And so here's all the links to the resources I got to get the information in this video in case you guys want to go look at them on paper. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys learned something about assonance and consonance.